Be with you. You know what I'm saying? You are just a cage. You hear me? You are just you are a physical restraint from us. See, what it is, a woman can be with you and leave you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Her head is gone, bro, but her body is still there laying beside you. That's why you think she's yours, but she's waiting on the physical reality to catch up with the spiritual and the mental reality. See, that's why even though her body is there, you don't have access to it. That's why even though her body is there, you don't have you think, people would think that having access to a person means them being around you. How many people, listen, bro, I got some cold stuff for you. How many beautiful women, how many women are you around on a daily basis? You walk through Walmart, you're around women. You go to work, you're around women. But do that mean you got access to them? Just because you physically around a woman, does that mean you have access to them? Because if you don't have access to this or this, you ain't got access, brother. You just around them. Hence, therefore, a woman can be around you, even in your bed, and still not be here and here. You don't have access. She might forcibly allow you within her after you beg and plead and guilt trip her, but she's not there with you, bro. She's in a forced space. That's another reason why she's so repulsed and angry at you. Because she want to be there, but she's still stuck here with your ass. That's why she hates you so much. I ain't saying you in particular, I'm talking to these guys. She can be there physically, bro, and be gone. You hear me, bro? Bro, imagine being beside a dead person that's still living. That's a bar. Imagine being beside a dead person that's still living. You are essentially laying beside a moving carcass. Your bed ain't nothing but a casket, bro. It's just a body. In regards to you, emotionally, physically, and spiritual-wise, your bed is just a casket. Because that person is dead to you. Although their body remain, that person is dead to you, bro. So don't trick yourself into thinking because a woman is in your presence that a woman is your presence. Listen, bro, she ain't there with you, bro. That's why you be like, damn, she acting brand new, because she is. She brand fucking new. She ain't the person you met. She's not the person you fell in love with. That person you once had is no longer there. They're gone. They're deceased to you. Now, they might exist to someone else, but the person you once met, you once knew, is dead to you. She's not yours. And the same can be said about the men. In reverse, women.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Physically present, emotionally gone. Do men really have access? Let's go ahead and start with, let me start with you, Brittany. I seen you over there in deep thought. I saw the white cloud above your head. Things were formulating over there. What are your thoughts?
I agree 100%. And really, I feel like as a woman, once you detach emotionally and spiritually, or however you want to refer to it, if you have the means to go, like if you're, let's say you're in a situation where you're living together or you're married, you're gone, because once you detach emotionally, there's nothing left. But in those scenarios where a woman has to stay because of the financial dependence or whatever the case may be, you're definitely laying next to a dead body. So.
Okay. Go ahead, Aisha.
I agree as well. I think that, in relationships, people don't communicate, and they tend to not want to tell the other person that the feeling has changed or that things are now different. And I think that as a woman, like she said, if we have a reason, I know for me, it was my kid, right? I have a kid. So even though I was like, it was done and I was emotionally done. Like I had no emotional ties to this person. I stayed for my child. So I think that sometimes there's a reason behind it, but I also think that just because you lose that emotional connection doesn't mean you can't get it back. I think that sometimes it requires a lot of work, counseling, just different things, because I think that we're so programmed to say if it don't spark us or if it don't make us feel good all the time, then it's not good for us. But nothing is going to feel good all the time, right? So I think that when you're in a relationship, especially a marriage or something long term, of course, we do the same thing every day. It's like a robot, you know, when you're in a relationship. So sometimes the emotional aspect just automatically fades. It might not be something that's intentional. It might not be because something bad happened. It generally is just because it just faded. And so I think to get that spark back, sometimes it takes work and it takes effort to do those things. But this generation isn't willing to do that. They're like, oh, this don't feel good. It's time to go.
Okay. Let me go ahead and get Luis in there. I'm going to come to you in a second, Marbo. Get a mail in there.
Yeah, I was in like mid thought writing down my ideas.
I shouldn't have bad.
It's so I thought the video was really good. You know, the few things that I got out of it that, you know, reminds me of some of the conversations that we've had before. This is why checking in with your person is so vital. I brought this up so many times on these discussions about checking in with your person, and you know, and that could be just something subtle. You know, you spending that small quality time, you know, on the weekends where there's no distraction, no TV, and just really gauging to see what the temperature is. Like, hey, I've been doing well? Like, you know, is there anything on your mind or concern? Like, hey, you know, do you still feel like these things that we've set out for ourselves, are they still in play? You know, checking in with your person is very important because it's so easy to kind of drift away and get comfortable in the monotony of the day to day that sometimes you forget the subtle touch in that connection and reigniting that chemistry. I agree with the brother. You know, I think that, you know, once that person is gone, they're gone. I mean, they're there physically, but you don't have their heart and mind. You know, you can't really sway them. You can't really romance them. You can't really woo them. And I think what happens is that there are small signs along the way where you start to kind of grow apart. Maybe not right away, but there are subtle things. You don't do these activities that you used to do before. You don't spend that quality time. You don't have sex as often. You don't do these other things, right? There's that connection, that intimacy, that quality of time, and whatever that looks like for that relationship, that starts to kind of drift away and it doesn't show up as often. And the worst thing you could allow women to do is just wonder about, like, does he still love me? Does he still care about me? You know, is he talking to someone else? There's all these things. You leave too much idling happening, and little by little, you know, they kind of check out. But yeah, that's my submission.